What's happening? Of course, you know it's your boy B Hot Radio Shout, and as always, I got my podcast partner off in this thing, OG Gangsta Wicked, aka Big Galaxy of Ghetto Mafia.
Man, I'm a celebrity, you know what I'm saying? I can sit here and play games with you today, you know what I'm saying, and go back and forth with you, knowing everybody call me Galaxy Wick. But I'm a superstar, you know, and I'm feeling myself this morning, so I ain't even gonna let you take my piece.
Well, you know, I was at a concert that Ghetto Mafia did over the weekend. Because, see, Big Galaxy wasn't there. That Ghetto Mafia did over the weekend.
Galaxy Wick
I was at a concert that Ghetto Mafia did over the weekend, and Nino and Wick shut that bitch down.
Oh, and you know what? Matter of fact, after we introduce who we got here with us today, I want to tell everybody about my hype man.
Oh, yeah. You can tell them all about how your uncle did you.
No, we're going to tell about you. We're going to tell about you. I got, you know what I'm saying, Stone in the building.
Stone!
Who threw the A-Town Music Fest, him and his partners, and they throw a lot of big shows around the city, B-High.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Stone, let's just get straight to it, though, man. As a promoter and businessman, what was it that made you get into the game? But then also, before we get into that, can we just recap the A-Town Music Fest first, fellas? Is that okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say, since I was a part of it, and, you know, since Stone always put me down, anytime that there's a big festival here, I can't admit it. This man does call me and say, Wick, you know what I'm saying, this is what I got for you.
That's right.
And be a part of it. So
You need about 20 passes, though. But
You want all the passes. How we going to do a show if you going to bring everybody?
Right. But I can say that the A-Town Music Fest, I'm looking forward to next year's.
Yeah.
Because it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And one thing that kind of separates the A-Town Music Fest from a lot of the other ones that come is that the A-Town Music Fest is all Atlanta artists. That's the first time you get to see a lot of the legends that we normally don't get to see on shows.
Exactly.
Like Shy-D.
Yeah.
We had Mojo, the first rapper.
Come on,
you know
now.
What I'm saying, to ever, lay it down.
Exactly.
Raheem the Dream. We had a reunion with Camp, and we got to see Sammy Sam on the big stage for the first time. You know, Crime Mob always kill it. You know what I'm saying? Trillville always kill it. But the A-Town Music Fest, I feel like if you're an Atlanta artist, that you have to do it at some point in your career. I don't care what artist it is. And Stone has had most of the artists. You know, most artists. We had Goody Mob one year. And, but the A-Town Music Fest, man, it was just special. It was special to me. I'm going to tell you a quick story, man, and I'm going to pass to you behind. But there was some people, that recorded, and I don't know if you know this, Stone, recorded us when we came out at the show. And these were people I didn't know. And they got to, as a family, when Straight From the Dead came on, the sister, the mama, whatever, they got to crying. I'm talking about all of them, the husband was hugging them. They was all in the back crying. So, the backstory to the whole thing was that, it was somebody who, in the family, it was their favorite song. A lot that they had went through with that particular song. So they came out to that A-Town Music Fest to see a Ghetto Mafia, to see a Raheem, to see groups that they normally wouldn't get to see on certain other tickets and stuff. Yeah. And I got the video. Y'all can go to the Real Ghetto Mafia and check it out. But it was like a kumbaya moment. You know what I'm saying? I wore it up.
That's
just
dope.
seeing the love that people had for the artists that were on that particular show and what the songs meant to them. So, A-Town Music Fest, man, I'm there every year. I do it for free, but I won't do it for free, but I'll do it for free.
Well, I was finna hold him to it. Boy, you heard that. Well, yes, sir.
Oh, man, now I got to say this. I mean, we didn't finish up with the lineup, though. I'm talking about Fabo. I'm talking about Young Bloods, T.I., the PSC reunion.
Right.
I mean, that was major in itself as well, too, because folks been waiting on the PSC to get back together for about a good strong 15 now.
Young Dro also.
Dro,
forgot about
that's
Dro.
PSC.
Yeah, and
Dro.
I wanted to ask you too, Stone, how did you, what goes into when you're making a lineup? You know what I'm saying? And then, you talk to a lot of other up-and-coming promoters and stuff. When you're making a lineup, what goes into that? Do you sit down and say, okay, well, I would have Ghetto Mafia on this type of show or Goody Mob on this type of show, but it don't fit with this type of show. This fits with that. Are you conscious of the lineup that you're putting there and is there a system to it?
Yeah, so most definitely. First, it's definitely the headliner. And my thing is always, what's the draw? You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a concert. I mean, we in Atlanta, Miami, or wherever, they doing concerts every week.
Thanks.
Seems like 2-3 times a week. So it's what's the draw. So you talk about this one. It was PSC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was one of the main draws because they are working on the album. So it just happened to kind of work out that way.
Yeah.
The other thing is, Sam is home from prison.
Facts.
Yeah, he did a couple little pop-ups here and there, but this whole big oomph.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Minus, rest in peace, Lil C.
Right.
Rest in peace.
We had the whole big oomph. So it's like, what is that draw? So definitely work that out. And then it's got to flow. So once you figure out the headliner and what your draw is to the show, then it's what's the flow? Because see, you can put, Jacquees is from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? But would he have fit what we were doing with the A-Time Music Fest?
Right.
In this case, no. But when we do something like the other shows we do, which is Funk Fest, he might hit. He'll probably fit because then we can do. It's a mix. It's a mixture of acts. So then we try to put it together that way. But with A-Town specifically, it's what's the draw? Who is somebody that we used to ride around listening to, banging in the trunk.
Exactly.
And then, let's pull them back out so everybody can see them. So next year, we already got a couple names that I wanted to put on the show this year, but we didn't get a chance to put it together, but they'll definitely be on for next year.
Wow.
Okay, when it comes to just promoting the show and stuff like that, how stressful is it after you got the lineup together trying to make sure you get butts and seats?
It's real stressful, especially like with this one because it's so many. All right, so you mentioned it. 2017, we did the first one.
Yeah.
Right? That was the first A-Time Music Fest. I mean, it sold out quick. And we did that because, the Young Bloods came back together. J-Bo was living in L.A. He came back and did that. Goody Mob came back together as a collective unit to do it. We had Big Boy. We was trying to see if we squeezed Dre up out of there somewhere, but he ain't show, but he gonna show for the next one. But so when we did that first one, then you see a lot of these pop-ups coming. So it's talking about promotion. It's hard because, we want to do this show. We want to make it exclusive so everybody come out and see all the Atlanta favorites that we got. Yeah. But we can't stop nobody from really getting their money either. So it's hard to if, and I ain't gonna name no names, but if you do a show it could be at a club, but it's 2 weeks right before.
Yeah.
How is that affecting ticket sales? So that's what kind of you gotta fight through a lot of that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, when you do something like we from a city that loves music and loves our artists.
Yeah.
So Atlanta gonna show up every time.
Exactly.
Every time.
Exactly. Now, the Florida show, when you in the thick of it, when it's time for the show to go off, what is that like working backstage? Because I saw you ripping and running all night long, man.
Yeah, it's crazy because, you try to get all the pertinent information out early, show up at this time, come to sound check, get your credentials.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a couple artists that ain't gonna do it. So then they gonna get stuck at the gate.
Yeah.
So you got to go get them.
Yeah.
You tell folks you know what I'm saying? You got this many passes,
Come on,
but then I got 10 that's supposed to be on here now. They part of the show. So you got to try to work that in, So it's all of that. So that's what, you gotta coordinate it because at the end of the day, no matter what goes on backstage, them folks that's in the crowd that paid to come see this, they don't need to know about none of that.
Facts.
They there to have a good time, and you just got to keep that show rolling.
Wick, Ghetto Mafia, hitting the stage. Y'all did a whole set in that thing, man. What was that like for you being able to hit the stage in front of the home crowd, packed house, having the time of your damn life, sir?
And I like I said, I don't did it a few other times.
Yeah.
But it's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
And one thing about this particular one this year, like I said, it was the first time I was able to do it with Shadi and with Mojo. That was special for me. Now, in that particular show, we came out with the B-High show. We had Bun B,
the Bun,
do the intro and. The feedback that I'm getting from this intro, that from Bun B and then from Ross and all the the Killer Mike, shout out to all of them, man. Ross, Killer Mike,
Mike Epps,
you know what I'm saying? Everybody, the feedback that I'm getting from that kind of it has humbled me. It has humbled me, Beehive, because it's like the city felt like a lot of people have been DMing me saying that they don't know who hooked up. They don't know Stone hooked it up, if you did it, if they person did. All it looks like to them is that the city is showing love.
Yeah,
and that's
the
how we want
city, and that's what it came off as. So I feel like it was like one of my best moments. And I don't have some great moments. I don't been on the BET red carpet.
Yeah.
I don't been the first rapper pretty much out of Atlanta on BET or MTV.
Yeah.
You understand? With a national video, not on the local.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't have some big moments.
Yeah.
But that Saturday was probably one of my biggest moments. And not to mention, Tip was on there on the video also.
That's true. That's true.
And you know how we go back.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so to see the city, showing love to us with all the artists that came on, Killer Mike and everybody, I was just humbled. And now I do want to talk about my hype man. I had a hype man.
Here you go.
I had two hype men. And let me tell you the job of a hype man.
Do I look like Spliff Star? Okay. Do I look like Spliff Star?
All the hype man is responsible for is coming right beside you. Every now and then he do like that. Did you see the movie and whoop that trick? Did you see the movie?
I seen
That's
that.
all the hype man has to do behind.
That's what I was doing.
I had two hype men. I ain't even gonna talk about my Uncle Tony.
You just gonna let Tony slide?
He ran. I'd rather you had ran.
I ran up on the stage.
Then had a passive aggressive.
So he ain't do what he was supposed to do.
Well, I looked over.
The best video from the
I
damn,
looked over. Behind had done told me everything that he's finna do. Oh, when I get out there, I'm rapping everybody first. You know what I'm saying? They gonna feel these bars today.
He
popped it. They gonna feel these bars. They gonna get these bars. Matter of fact, Nino can just stay in the back. I'll do his part. He got Greg Street sitting there talking about, well, y'all two can just do it. No, I look back on the grind. Come on, I look back.
Nutted up.
He wasn't even behind me.
I was right there with my camera.
He was on the side where they were doing the sound at, and I had to call him out. I had to say, "Behind, get your ass out here on the stage."
Yeah.
Then he came out and started doing selfies of himself.
No.
On the stage. I don't know what.
Damn, B.
I can tell you what.
But now he was supposed to have a breakdown for me to break dance. And I never told Bird one to press pause so I could do me.
So you dropped the ball, bro.
I thought I had Flavor Flav, but I had now laid up the Kool-Aid pack, the Kool-Aid man. You remember the Kool-Aid man?
So I just bust that out like a big ass Kool-Aid jar.
Yeah, that's what I had. But like I said, seriously though, Beehive did do his thing a little bit.
Man, I enjoyed myself. I thank you for bringing me out there, man, because I would have stayed there. I don't leave the house, Stone. That's my problem. I don't leave the damn house. So all the way up until the moment up, we were like, "You coming to get these goddamn tickets, ain't you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm coming to get the tickets."
Because Stone had to put your name on the ticket.
Thank you, Stone.
Don't give these tickets to nobody else. These are Beehive's. Right.
You damn right.
We talked about it, and I was like, bro, this how many tickets. As soon as I sent out a text talking about how many tickets he got, he called me like, "No, bro, Beehive coming." I said, "Listen, Beehive straight. Beehive already decided.
We talking about them extra Negro.
We got work about. Exactly.
Come on, man.
He hit me, bro. I got folk with picket signs.
We had to lead him out. I ain't having no tickets. You already hated on Kadar. He couldn't come.
No,
did you tell
Kadar would have been there.
Ticket?
Kadar would have been there if you would have told me that. First of all, you know what Wick tried to tell me, Stone? He said, "You know what, Beehive? I don't even think you really need a band. You should be able to get an A off your face card." So he gonna have me banged up at the damn gate looking crazy as hell the whole night.
Shout out that security, but them boys
they came to work, man.
Yes, sir.
They came to work, and they were cool as hell too at the same time.
Yeah, they were cool, but they still, they stood on what they need to stand on.
They stood on it now.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. Well, it was a great show, man.
Shout out to Bob, by the way.
Sir.
Yeah.
Now, on another note, man, and trending topics, Skip Bayless looked like he done replaced Shannon Sharpe in this thing, Wick.
I could not wait to get in here, one to see Stone and talk to him, but to talk about this right here. Because everybody knows how I feel about you and Skip.
That we the greatest.
Yeah, the greatest tap dancers they ever do.
I don't tap dance for no goddamn body.
The greatest tap dancers of all time behind Skip. But I will say this right here for all of y'all that don't know out there. Skip is reported that Skip is going. Him and FS1 are going to hire Richard Sherman to replace Shannon Sharpe.
That's right.
Also, they're in negotiations with Keyshawn Johnson. From what I understand, Keyshawn is supposed to come in. I think he's supposed to be there for the most part.
Yeah.
He's the constant.
Okay.
I think Richard Sherman is going to be between 50 and 100 shows a year, but normally only doing football season. So I think during football season they're going to cram him. Yeah. And I think Keyshawn will carry the weight most of the time.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne is going to be there what I'm hearing every Friday.
Yeah.
So they're doing a segment with Lil Wayne. As a matter of fact, Lil Wayne has just did the new song for the show.
Oh, that's hard.
It airs August. The first episode is August the 28th. Now with the Richard Sherman thing, the reason why I say that I think that Skip Bayless, I have to give respect to Skip because now as I look back, okay, first of all, you started with Cold Pizza. That was the first show they had on ESPN. And through that show right there, he found Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Through that right there, because he was rotating a lot of guests at the time then.
That's right.
Stephen A. and him kind of stood out, kind of how I stood out over you. You know, the same type of stuff. So Stephen A. stood out, and Skip was able to see that.
That's right.
Just like you was able to see it.
Facts.
And so, you know, that boosted Stephen A.'s career. Okay, when he left, nobody wasn't thinking about no Shannon Sharpe. Come on, let's be honest. Skip saw that.
No, he saw that.
So he had an eye for talent.
So, okay, now wait a minute. What we doing now? Because, see, you was a Skip hater all the way up until today. Now you done realize this genius? What the hell we doing here?
It's still a come on, boy. You know what I'm saying? But he's smart.
No.
But he's smart. And he has an eye for talent. I have an eye for talent. It don't matter what color you are.
Yeah.
The facts are the facts about it.
I agree.
You know, so when I say anything derogatory about Skip is when you say Shannon Sharpe is not a 3-time Super Bowl champion that has earned its right to criticize Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That he said something about Tom Brady and you attack him personally. So that's what I have a problem with. That's that good old boy that I be talking about. But as far as his eye for talent, he is, you know, besides you, he's right there, bruh. And okay, so you leave there, you bring Shannon Sharpe. Look how big Shannon has gotten.
That's right.
There's rumors that he's gonna be over there with Stephen A. Smith. Now, with this Richard Sherman pull right here, if anybody knows, Richard Sherman hated Skip Bayless guts. He hated Skip more than anybody. Besides Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley threatened to kill Skip at one point. You know what I'm saying? And he asked Charles to come on the show. Yeah. You know, he begged Charles. Yeah, Charles, he actually went on to say he feared for his life over Charles Barkley at one particular time. And then he asked Charles to come on the show. Charles declined. Yeah. But Richard Sherman was next in line. Richard Sherman was mad at him. Remember, we had Kwame Brown in here. Yeah. Richard Sherman was mad at Skip Bayless because he felt like Skip was attacking all the black athletes and was making it personal. Yeah. So they have an exchange. Y'all can go check the exchange out between Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless some years back, and it got ugly. My God. So I say that to say this right here. Skip took that. Of course, it's money too. Yeah. But he knows that beef. Richard Sherman is a very, very smart man. He's a Stanford graduate also. He's cold-blooded. You understand what I'm saying? And ain't scared to, you know, say what's on his mind. That's he say what he mean what he say. So I think that, you know, to sum it all up, I think that Skip Bayless made the best choice. I was not thinking about Richard Sherman. I ain't gonna sit here and say, I thought that the whole time. Yeah. I think it's going to wind up being bigger than where Shannon goes to ESPN.
What? Okay, now Shannon Sharpe is that guy. Son.
He is, but you got Skip is a draw too. And look, this is what Vince McMahon said in wrestling. Vince owned, you know, wrestling. His dad used to own it. Vince said this right here: you have to have a villain that's just as big as the GOAT. Yeah. And he said when you come out in WWE, if you get booed the loudest, you get paid the most. Or if you get cheered the loudest, you get paid the most.
Yeah.
It's when people don't say anything about you at all that we have a problem.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where people just sitting on their hands. Richard Sherman is Skip Bayless is that old school Triple H that you hated. Mm-hmm. That old school Kurt Angle, if you watch wrestling back then. You understand what I'm saying? That always talking. You know, so when he brings somebody, you it's like looking at a car wreck. When you ride past, you don't want to look, but you look. That's Skip Bayless.
Yeah.
So you're gonna watch to kind of see the car wreck. That is he gonna call somebody a name? You know what I'm saying? You gonna watch it just to see if it's gonna slip. It's kind of like we used to do with our old president. You know what I'm saying? I used to watch news every day. I don't watch no Fox News every day. But when he was in office, I watched every single day. But I know he gonna slip and say, you understand what I'm saying? And that's Skip Bayless, man. So that's a very powerful thing. So. Getting a guy like Richard Sherman that can be the yin to his yang, I think it's gonna be bigger than what Stephen A. and Shannon would do, because there's no real villain there. Stephen A. kind of has a little bit, but he don't want to be the villain. Skip is a villain and he embraces it. He don't care.
Yeah.
I don't see the villain that can go along with Shannon over there at ESPN. That's just I'm your villain here.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the total opposite.
Yeah.
You feel
Well, I see exactly what you're saying. I think with Shannon Sharpe, though, Shannon is a star in his own right. I think he just has a warm personality that translates over into the masses like nobody else can. See, when Shannon whips out his Hennessy and Black and Mild, I relate to that, okay? I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go get mine this evening too, Shannon. So, I mean, I don't know. I get that what you said, but that's his personal show. That's Club Shay Shay. But the meme still got him in there with Skip with it.
Correct. But I'm saying as far as debating, this is a debate. This ain't Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe is successful by himself. If he get in there with his cigar, he could talk about any subject, and we all gonna tune in. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about a debate show.
Well, who is going to debate? I think he's gonna probably put on a better show with a debate, because I think it's gonna be he's gonna take out the gloves with Skip.
I can see that.
Correct.
And see, Shannon might want to beat Skip.
But who is Shannon gonna debate with over at ESPN that's gonna give him that same type of cash? Michael Irvin, and Michael Irvin is my favorite out of all of them.
Yeah,
all of them. The playmaker.
Yeah,
he used to bring the noise to Stephen A. He shut Stephen A. up.
Yeah,
the playmaker didn't play. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he go to spin and he go to talk, but the arguments be on point.
Yeah.
With Shannon and Stephen A. had that same.
That skied up, Mike. He'll do that.
It's gonna be interesting to see how that go. I mean, how you feel about it, Stone?
I mean, I think I can see a point though. Richard Sherman, I think he's gonna give it to him. It'll be a nice, healthy debate every day.
Yeah, and then what about Wayne behind? Well, I mean, what is Wayne's role gonna be? Have you? I've heard Wayne on there before.
Yeah,
Wayne, to me, I don't know him personally, but from hearing him a few times on different interviews, maybe it's something that I'm missing. He kind of talks real slow.
I think now Wayne ain't no damn Turk, but I will say that Wayne, from what I understand, Wayne knows sports now. That's what he does.
Well, he knows the Green Bay Packers. He knows the Green Bay Packers.
He knows sports.
He knows the Green Bay Packers.
We're not gonna let him do that. We ain't gonna do that.
The Green Bay Packers and LSU.
No,
he don't know the Georgia Bulldogs.
No,
because if he knew the Georgia Bulldogs, he would know we were gonna be back to back defending champion, and we're gonna be 3 times.
That's Wayne finna do it again.
Come on now, I ain't mad at that at all. But now I think Wayne just adds some star power to it, and then also it's a good pivot for him in his career as well.
Right.
And then with him and Skip being partners like that, I mean, it's kind of cool to see them together, because it's like an odd couple type of thing. It's like Skip Bayless, Lil Wayne, how y'all niggas the best of friends? What the fuck is going on here?
Right,
so folks are gonna tune in just to see, do y'all really rock with each other, or is this just for the camera?
But what NBA team is Wayne gonna go for?
Wayne is.
Because I seen Wayne jump from.
Yeah,
he's a.
Yeah, and he does that.
He done clicked hop a couple times.
Wayne does that. But in football, Green Bay is his team.
Okay.
Yeah, in football, he rides for Green Bay down to the team. But in basketball, like you say, He might be with Lakers today, Boston tomorrow. Just flavor of the month. But I'm interested in seeing what Wayne. I know the music is gonna be good. What he brings to the podcast, and I just think that Richard Sherman and Skip Bayless, and y'all mark my words, will be number one. They will take Stephen A. Smith again. They will be number one again. That's my final take. It's the bottom line because Wicked said so.
That's how he feel. Are you gonna just let him end the show like that, Stoner? You go get your 2 cents in.
I got a question though.
You
think it's gonna happen off the bat, or it's gonna take some time to build?
It depends on Richard Sherman. I've heard Richard Sherman in numerous interviews. Can Skip push him to that? Richard Sherman is reserved. He's a reserve.
He's very smart. Blow a head gasket, and that show gonna be off to the races.
Well, it was kind of like when I first did it. It was kind of like when I first
see it off the bat. I see it's gonna take a little bit. Yeah. He's gonna take a couple shots.
Skip will push him though. You know, sometimes it takes a person to push you to get that up out you. I think that Skip has been dealing with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon for long enough that the learning curve is gonna be quick. He gonna get in there and talk crazy right off the rim, and it's gonna bring it up out of. My thing is this: Sherman has always kind of came off to me as the Kaepernick type, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of interested in seeing what he let slide. That he
I don't think he let nothing slide. I don't think he gonna let nothing slide. If anything, you know what? When I think about Sherman, I'm thinking that he's probably gonna be a greater. But see, Shannon is not a Sherman. See, Shannon is like more of a people pleaser type of person. Sherman ain't about to please nobody. Sherman, he's gonna go in there and cut Skip's ass out. That's what I think is gonna happen. So that's the difference between Shannon, Stephen A, and Sherman. Is that I think that Sherman is gonna raise some cane in there. But I just don't know how relatable he's gonna be to the viewer. So that's my thing. Shannon is relatable to the man on the couch watching the damn TV, white or black. It's like, there's my dog up there talking this shit. Let me see what my dog talking about. We gotta get to know old Richard in here. I don't know his personality. We gotta warm up to him.
Yeah. Right.
You know, they're going to have a real trial and tribulation in there, and Sherman going to have to stand up.
So you basically say Sherman going to give him the business when it comes to
But it's time he's going to give him the business, but I don't know if he's going to be relatable to the people, to the regular man.
Gotcha.
So on paper, it looks like it's going to go crazy. But what is the audience, like you say when you promote the show? On paper, this show should be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But is the audience going to react to what you just put down on this paper?
True. So you're saying we needed like Marshawn Lynch. We need beast mode in that.
Beast mode, and see that you can't lose with beast mode. But see, I don't know if he got enough to say. Wow, beast mode might hit you with a 2-piece and be done with it.
Right.
2-piece word, 2-piece punch, and it's over with.
What beast mode say? I'm only here so I don't get fired.
I'm only here so I don't get fired. There you go.
But when he comfortable though, because I seen that little thing he did in Applebee's where he walking around like.
Right. When he comfortable, yeah.
Well,
like I said, they're gonna have Keyshawn Justin. You know, Keyshawn is opinionated.
I ain't a fan though.
You not a fan of Keyshawn?
Nah.
See, I hadn't never really even watched Keyshawn like that too.
I like Keyshawn.
I think we used to be on Fox Sports.
He was on ESPN. He was with Max Kellerman and Jay Will. They just had a KJM, some show like that, Max J. But I like Keyshawn.
Okay.
I've always liked Keyshawn as far as the media side go. But like I said, I just think that I'm hopeful that the Richard Sherman, Skip Bayless, I'm hoping it goes up through here because I'm a Richard Sherman fan. I hate to say that, but I am.
I'm with you. Now, I mean, lastly, Stone, what events we got on the way? What do we need to be looking out for in this thing, sir?
Man, we got Funk Fest August 18th and 19th.
Yeah.
We got Alabama State Homecoming. Got Boosie, Glorilla, Young Nudie. We got Charlie Wilson and Tank. So we doing like 7 concerts at Wolf Creek alone. So we got, like I said, we got Charlie Wilson and Tank. I'm gonna go ahead and put it out here first. Shout out to Big Bank.
What up, though, Bank?
You know, Big Pat.
Yeah.
We doing the shit show. It's gonna be at Wolf Creek.
That's hard.
We're bringing that to Wolf Creek. That'll be October 7th.
Okay then.
Wow.